It's the morning of day 2. Welcome to another adventure of As the Crow Flies hiking. Last night we stayed at the Lick Log campsite by the waterfalls. Wonderful night, about 55 degrees or so. Today we're heading out for about a 15 to 18 mile journey. We'll just see how far we get to, and the campsite will be determined. At the end of the day, I'll do kind of a summary of what we did today. So let's enjoy the trail. Let's get going. This is day 2 of the Foothills Trail Thru-Hike. Big Fist and I started yesterday. Yesterday was a travel day. We started at 3 a.m. We traveled to Foothills Trail, and we started by parking our car at Table Rock State Park, and we traveled the road back to Oconee State Park. It is a 77 or 78 mile thru-hike. So the first day we did 8 miles. Even though we started after lunch, we just wanted to get a head start on it, even though it was our travel day. And we made it to Lick Log campsite. So today, we started at Lick Log campsite and made our way to the Chatuga. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm sorry if I mispronounce it for the people that are local here, but the Chatuga River. And that was a good part of our morning, was hiking up and down these little puds, pointless up and downs, around the Chatuga. But it was so beautiful. The river is so wide, but narrow in parts, and then deep in parts, and shallow in parts. And we hiked near the river, away from the river, a lot of ups and downs that got you around the different parts to get you where you needed to go. But eventually we got really close to the river and got to see all the beautiful water features, waterfalls, and little chutes through the rocks. I'll stop here probably and show you some of the beautiful little spots along the river. And we made our way to a campsite, which was about another 2 or 3 miles away from where we camped. And I wish we'd have gone further, but we had that long travel day. We'd moving cars and getting a shuttle and all that. So we decided to just stop at that campsite, which was great. I've never hiked this trail before, so I was kind of managing on a very conservative level of how many miles we would make during the day. I wasn't sure exactly how we would do. And that Burrell campsite, I think that's what it's called, it was awesome. It was, as we passed it, people were camping there, and it was flat. It was right by the river. A beautiful white noise of the rapids behind the campsite. So would have been a great campsite. So if you ever get a chance, if you start at Oconee and go toward Table Rock as we did, I can't speak to someone who's starting at Table Rock because I haven't gotten there yet, but this is the way we traveled. And that is a great campsite for day number 1. There's a lot of times that I thought in the river walk that we would go up, and then I thought, okay, we're going to do some switchbacks and then head up to another ridge and get away from the river. But I didn't follow the map very well because we stayed near the river for a long time, even though you felt like you were moving away from the river and, kind of going switchbacks up the mountain. Then you would go back down. After that, we had kind of a ledge walk or a ridge walk up on top away as we got away from the river finally. So then we wound our way back around the river and headed up to Burrell's Ford. Now that is a campsite area and a beautiful campsite area to be there. I'm sorry if it's so loud, but it is raining. Eventually we had to stop because the rain came in. We were met at a road by a rescue person who was trying to find somebody who had gotten hurt, and he told us the rain was coming in about 5. It actually came in about 4:20. We had to finally stop here about 4:30 because the rain is pretty much a downpour, and we wanted to get in our tents without just getting soaked because it's going to get in the 40s tonight. But anyway, after Burrell's Ford, we went on further to Burrell's Ford Road Access, and that is where we met the rescue guy, and he told us about the storms coming in, because we haven't had signal since a little bit yesterday somewhere. Then we went across Medlin Mountain and just continued our hike toward the Fish Hatchery Road. Now, there's a lot of ups and downs after that. Feel like you're done climbing, then you start up some more. But what I will say about these great trails here, first of all, they're just meticulously maintained. We saw places where there were down trees and they had been recently cut. There just wasn't many down trees anywhere. The trail maintainers do an incredible job here of keeping the trail pristine and meticulous and beautiful. But then after we kind of made our way through Medlin Mountain, went up after Burrell's access point, we kind of made our way up to the Fish Hatchery Road access. After Fish Hatchery Road access, you kind of go down a little bit. It kind of levels off at a spot, and then there's a lot of campsites and waterfalls. We saw several waterfalls. I'll put them down here. I can't remember them, but I took some film of the different waterfalls. And they were beautiful. Some just went straight up the mountain in a kind of a trickle of a stream. Right now, I think they'd be higher because the rainfall has really started to come down now, so those waterfalls would even be bigger now. Eventually, we got our way up to the fish hatchery, to the place where we were just about going to camp there, but we went further. We were almost going to make it to Round Mountain or Round Mountain Gap, and there's a campsite there, but the rain came in and we just couldn't quite make it. We made it to Sloan's Access Point. It's a place where there's a privy, there are picnic tables, and it's a road access, so you can park there. Good place to stop for lunch, or at least to go to the privy there. There wasn't a trash can, so we couldn't throw away our trash there. But after the road, you start a gradual climb. But kind of what I've said before, the gradual climbs here does not feel like you're in the Smokies where you're going straight up and straight down. It's very gradual, so it doesn't feel like you're just killing yourself making the gradual climbs. But I think that's going to change here on Thursday and Friday. This is Monday, so I don't really know. I haven't looked at what we're looking at tomorrow, but we're going to make our way maybe 15, 17, I think we did 17 today, miles to another campsite. We may go further than what I planned because it looks like Big Fist is going a lot faster than I thought we would. Because I've never hiked this trail before, I really didn't want to anticipate that it would be easier or harder. I just took the mileage and tried to stay around 15, but I think we'll be finished. I have our last day on Friday being a 14-mile day, but we took off a couple of miles a day, and I think Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we'll take off 2 or 3 miles each day. Well, tonight it looks like I'm going to be cooking in my tent. Big Fist has got his tent up. We're up on a ridge. I hope the storms don't come in too much, because if it does, we are exposed here on a ridge. I checked around, I didn't see any widowmakers. We didn't quite make it to the second campsite beyond where we were going to stop, which was East Fork. That would have been a 15-mile day, but we went further, probably to 17 miles. That's where we are, somewhere between East Fork and the Round Mountain Gap and the campsite there. I'm going to cook, rest, I think, go to sleep very early, and then get up early tomorrow and start again. Hopefully the rain will be out. We know that Wednesday it's going to be a massive storm. Or I say storm, it could just be rain. But we know that the rain is 90%. I've got my maps here. I'm looking at tomorrow. Looks like tomorrow we would potentially stop at Bear's Gap or something. There's several other campsites beyond that, so we'll see how we do and just continue on. But so far I can say this is an absolutely beautiful trail. I wish the weather would cooperate a little better, but that's just part of it. That's part of the adventure. I kind of like sleeping in the rain. I don't like sleeping in storms, but at least the rain will be nice on the tent, and hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep and start again tomorrow. Well guys, I will see you on the next episode, which will be day 3 of our through hike of the Foothills Trails. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. Like the video and comment below. Well, the rain's coming down hard, so I better move on and get everything battened down the hatches for tonight. And I'll see you in the morning. Thanks guys for joining me.